Hey guys, Movie Guy here again, doing another horror movie review today, and this is on George A. Romero's classic movie, Night of the Living Dead. Now, just recently I was in my local video shop, and I wanted to get some new horror films, and I was looking in the horror section and I found Night of the Living Dead. Now, I've been meaning to watch this film for a while now, and I finally found the DVD, so I just watched it last night, and you know, a really good film. I can understand why it's a landmark in the horror genre, especially in the zombie subgenre. I also picked up some other DVDs, which I'll be reviewing at another time. I picked up Wreck, which I'd never seen before, and Cabin in the Woods, which I did see a few years ago, rewatched again, but I'll review that at another time. But Night of the Living Dead, I mean, this movie's just a classic. I mean, if you're a fan of horror, especially zombie horror films, this is just a must-watch. This film, basically before this, no one ever really knew what a zombie was. I think there were a few zombie films before this, but this is the first proper zombie film to come out. And this started the whole kind of people hiding out in a farmhouse or whatever, like in Walking Dead or something, and then hiding out from the zombies. This started that whole kind of vibe with zombie films. Basically, without this film we wouldn't have Walking Dead or lots of other horror films today. And I'd never even seen a George Romero film before. I really want to watch the original Dawn of the Dead film. I've been looking for that. It's been very difficult to find a DVD for that film. I might have to just order a copy off Amazon, but I will, if I get to watch that film, I will review it for you guys. But anyway, now this film, basically George Romero, he hadn't directed a film before. I think he made like a few adverts before this for TV. So he decided, I want to make my own movie. So he got a few friends together, and apparently he wasn't very experienced with cameras or anything. So I think they borrowed camera equipment off someone else or something, the lighting equipment and everything. And they just made it just in like one location. I think it was in Pittsburgh. And so basically the setup of this film is great, I think. Basically, there's this girl called Barbara and her brother Johnny. They're going to this graveyard, I think, to visit their grandfather's grave. And basically, they see a zombie, but they don't realise it's a zombie. And basically, Johnny's teasing her, and he says, "They're coming to get you, Barbara." And basically, she freaks out, and then he's just teasing her, and he ends up getting killed by the zombie. And she has to run off and escape from the zombie, and then ends up at a farmhouse. And basically there's this guy called Ben who arrives, and he's pretty much the hero of the film. He's like a black guy, and at the time, it was kind of controversial, because this film was made in like the late 60s, so having like a black guy as a hero to a film was, pretty controversial for its time, I think. This DVD, if you looking for a copy of Night of the Living Dead, definitely pick up this Blu-ray. It comes with a very interesting documentary by George Romero talking about the film, and like how difficult. Like, I don't know if it was difficult to film like with other horror films, but I'm sure it was a bit of a challenge. I mean, there are some scenes that are a bit clunky, like clunkily edited, which is kind of expected from a really ultra low budget horror film. I think this film virtually had no budget to it, I think, because George Romero had never directed a film before, as far as I know. But I think, what he did with this, I think he did a great job. Also, like the Blu-ray transfer on this DVD is really good as well. I think it was very good quality. I mean, some of the scenes you might think are a bit laughable today. Some of the acting from the zombies are a little bit over the top and quite comical. I think, well, a lot of people say the start of the film does come off like a little bit of a comedy. I mean, the acting seems so over the top that it's just kind of a bit of a comedy, but that's what I kind of like about it. I just feel it just kind of works well. And also this film has a very kind of political message to it. I like George Romero. He likes making kind of horror films that have a sort of deep message to it, a sort of political message or something. And and I heard they just use like syrup for blood because it was in black and white. It didn't really make a difference about the colour. So and they just use pieces of chicken, like when the zombies are eating the human flesh, they just use piece of chicken and like bones and stuff. Just a classic movie. If you haven't seen Night of the Living Dead, just definitely check it out. It's a great film. I'm gonna give this about a 4.5 out of 5. I just feel, well, I know it's a very, very low budget film. I just I mean, some of the acting, but it's the best they could do. But still, a highly recommended film. I highly recommend this film. So yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? It's just a one disc, by the way. This DVD. Yeah, I think that's it now. So thanks for watching, guys. Next review, I'll be doing John Carpenter's The Thing, one of my all-time favourite horror films. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.